Smile. 1. Do people smile more when they are younger or older? I think younger people tend to smile more because they generally have fewer responsibilities and less stress. As people grow older, they often have to deal with work, finances, and family obligations, so they naturally become more serious. For example, there are films that made me burst into laughter when I was a child, but when I watch them again as an adult, I don't even find them that funny anymore. 2. Do you think people who like to smile are more friendly? Yes, in most cases. A smile makes people seem more approachable and creates a positive first impression. As a result, others are usually more willing to start a conversation with them. For instance, when you walk into a shop, you're much more likely to feel comfortable asking for help if the staff greet you with a warm smile. 3. Why do most people smile in photographs? I think people smile because they want to create happy memories. Most photos are taken on special occasions that people want to remember positively, so smiling is a natural way to express those emotions. Think about wedding photos or graduation pictures. Years later, people often look back at those photos, and a genuine smile helps bring back the happy memories from that day. 4. Do women smile more than men? Why? Generally speaking, I think they do. In many cultures, women are encouraged to express their emotions more openly, while men are often expected to appear calm or serious. Because of these social expectations, women may smile more naturally during everyday interactions. For example, in customer service jobs, it's quite common to see female employees smiling when greeting customers, as people often expect them to appear warm and welcoming.
Mobile phone. 1. How do young and old people use mobile phones differently? I suppose the biggest difference is the purpose they use them for. Young people tend to see their phones as an all-in-one device for entertainment, communication, and even studying, whereas older people usually use them for more practical purposes. For example, many teenagers spend hours on social media or watching short videos, while their grandparents mainly use their phones to make calls, send messages, or keep in touch with family. 2. What positive and negative impact do mobile phones have on friendship? I believe mobile phones make it much easier for friends to stay connected. Even if people live in different cities or countries, they can still chat, make video calls, and share important moments instantly. However, if friends communicate only through their phones, the relationship may become less meaningful over time. Instead of meeting in person and creating shared memories, they may end up interacting only through screens. 3. Is it a waste of time to take pictures with mobile phones? No, not at all. I think taking photos is a way of preserving meaningful memories. Looking back at old pictures often reminds people of important moments that they might otherwise have forgotten. For example, whenever I scroll through the photos on my phone, I can instantly remember family holidays or celebrations from years ago, and it brings back a lot of happy memories. 4. Do you think it is necessary to have laws on the use of mobile phones? Yes, I do, especially in situations where public safety is involved. Without clear rules, people may use their phones in ways that put themselves or others at risk. A good example is using a mobile phone while driving. Even looking at the screen for a few seconds can distract the driver and increase the risk of a serious accident. That's why many countries have introduced strict laws against this behavior. Imagination. 1. Do you think adults can have lots of imagination? Absolutely. Imagination doesn't disappear with age. In many cases, adults rely on it even more because they're expected to solve complex problems and come up with new ideas at work. Take entrepreneurs as an example. They often have to imagine products or services that don't even exist yet before turning them into reality. 2. Do you think imagination is essential for scientists? Without a doubt. Every scientific breakthrough starts with someone asking, what if? Without imagination, scientists would simply build on existing knowledge instead of discovering something completely new. Just look at space exploration. It all began with ideas that once seemed impossible, but eventually became reality through years of research. 3. What kinds of jobs need imagination? Jobs that involve creating something new usually require a great deal of imagination. People in these professions can't simply follow instructions. They need to come up with original ideas. Architects are a good example. They have to picture how a building will look and function long before it's actually built. 4. What subjects are helpful for children's imagination? If I had to choose one, I'd say art. Unlike subjects that usually have one correct answer, art gives children the freedom to express their own ideas. Whether they're painting a picture or designing a poster, every child is likely to produce something unique, and that's exactly what encourages creativity. 5. What games help develop children's imagination? Role-playing games immediately come to mind. They encourage children to invent stories instead of simply following rules. Think about children pretending to be doctors or teachers. While they're having fun, they're also learning how to think creatively and see the world from different perspectives. 6. How important is imagination to children? It's absolutely essential. Imagination helps children develop problem-solving skills from an early age. Instead of accepting the first solution they find, they learn to experiment with different possibilities. You can see this when children play with Lego. They keep trying different designs until they figure out what works, and that process naturally develops creative thinking.